I don't
I believe you're.
think
Yeah, I believe you're fine. You're fine. Like doing disruption, you're sort of like out of the game. It's like you're paused and the game goes on.
It's just
So I
been
don't
so
think.
long since I've seen an AA, so it's kind of like trying to remember all the interactions with the Ice Blast, and yeah, but
The only the only thing I know that as the effects is his own spells. Like the Shadow
yeah,
Poison can affect you, the Demonic Purge can affect you. So your own Shadow Demon's spells affect people, but everything else should he should be able to just dodge them. Uh, okay, all right. I kind of like the SD pick. It does mean that it's going to be a Tim's Nyx Assassin and a Skem Shadow Demon. They could flip it around. They might decide that they want a strong laner bottom. They put the bottom lane. They put SD bottom. They want to make sure that AA doesn't sort of like he suffers for the pick.
yeah.
SMG, 4 seconds though, and who they go with? They go with the Rubik. Oh, you can steal the Morphling, get the high health, which is really good. SD spells are all very nice. Same thing with the Nyx Assassin. Mostly, well, Impaled, really. The other 3 spells are decent, but yeah, I was like, yeah, they're all good, except, well, one of them is good. The other 3 are kind of tough to...
Is there
yeah,
anything
it's not...
that you'd want to target out specifically, though? Would you be going towards, like, to the Shadow Demon all the time, trying to get that disruption, or the Void comes out for SMG as well, though?
So it is going to be the mid 1 Marcy, unless they put it on CDR last second. All right, I like the Void Spirit. I do like the damage you can do. And you're back to your question. You're asking what you target. As long after you get strength, like you want to get the strength mode because you can literally like double your health early on.
Yeah.
And you're up against a lot of magic damage. There's not much right click where you feel like I have to have armor. It's like Shadow Demon, Nyx Assassin. Do you really need armor against these idiots? No, you don't. So what you do need though is you're gonna want something. Yeah, so you want to take maybe the Shadow Demon spells. Shadow Poison would be really good most of the time.
And yeah, you want to make sure it is that strength morph, because I've seen the video where the Rubik goes full agi and then can never steal the morph again. It was just you.
And he respawns. Does he the Thunder Gods or die or Sunstrike? One of them.
It's the Sunstrike. Yeah, the invoker in the game just targets him every time he's respawning. Yeah, and just keeps hitting these Sunstrikes and sending him to the grave.
Check it. Speaking of grave, Visage with the grave chills picked up. See, hey, we segued. I like this because I was just saying they needed physical damage. They have that with the Visage. Really good against the Rubik and the AA. Like the birds come on these guys and they have to run. Like they're like, they're chasing me. I literally can do nothing. So I like the Visage pick. Does feel like it's an FBZ hero most likely. I think it could be Yopaj though. That's the problem. I don't know. I've seen Boom Esports. FBZ usually picks some sort of big, beefy guy, the Mars, the Underlord. Don't think I've seen him much on Visage, so it could be Yopaj's hero.
10 seconds.
Yeah, no,
it's fine either way. It's fine either way.
Because we've seen a couple of mid Visages, but I think the most popular, they ban out the Primal Beast here as well. So Team SMG maybe think this is going to be a Yopaj mid Visage.
They also banned out the Ember though.
Okay,
so they're
just covering the bases.
I've seen that in the previous game. The last 2 picks, the last 2 bans, they banned like a core and a support because they're also like, let's just get rid of things we're worried about. So they banned a Yopaj. Ember Spit is, if I'm not mistaken, his best hero. Like his best hero. Surprised that it made it that way to the draft. And Primal Beast is one of FBZ's heroes as well. So SMG, they just want to cover, like you said, the bases. Boom, they get rid of the Pudge as well as PL Pudge. You have that. A little bit of, with the Agadam's Rot, you have more ways to reduce the Morphling heal. SMG, they go with the TA. So that's going to be the carry TA for CDR. Good burst damage. That's something that they want. But like we said, the laning stage bottom is going to be the AATA. It's like, it's not much. There's just nothing that you can do. You can basically have a free lane, bottom lane.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no real... Even when the Templar hits 6 and gets the traps right, you're still going to be able to... mostly walk away from the cold feet, and that's only the real lockdown in this lane here for Team SMG. You could see a rotation from the Rubik or the Void Spirit, with the Remnant, the Telekinesis, which would keep them in place to proc this. But yeah, looking at Team SMG, the control to me is a little bit lacking.
Yeah, it's not amazing control where, like, if you can get the jump route, like Rubik lift on Morphling, that's good. That's a good instance. But the other 4, they got basically nothing. And there we go. FBZ's Mars, nothing crazy. It is going to be the mid Visage for Yopaj. I'm interested to see how that works out. I'm also interested to see who's going to take the Shadow Demon. Is it going to be Tim's or is it going to be it's FBZ Visage instead?
Okay, so mid Mars up against
Wait,
Moon.
wait. Do you think he's gonna go mid Shadow Demon? Come on, Yopaj. Oh, you can do. Come on, Yopaj. You can do it. Okay, Tim takes the next assassin.
So what, like a position 5 Mars?
I mean, we're hoping, right? We're hoping. Let boo. Yeah, it's gonna be the mid Mars. I mean, which is a solid pick. You know, Moon will have a really tough time killing the Mars, and Visage in the first 5 levels, you're just so useless in the lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't want to go with that. So you're gonna go with Visage and Nyx Assassin. Very odd laning from Boom, gotta say. You know, we don't see Shadow Demon much. We're seeing a Visage plus Nyx Assassin lane. That's like, all right. They don't really have much aggression in the early game, at least based on the hero picks. TSM and SMG, they're also kind of lacking though. You know, the Rubik and Marcy is probably their best lane. You know, AA and TA is not going to do anything. Voice Spirit as well. It's going to be. I feel like it's going to be a pretty quiet first 10 minutes. You know, maybe we'll go back to some of our classic topics like what's our favorite Naruto arc or something. But in general, I don't think that we're going to be seeing too much from both teams. It's going to like shoot up once FBZ hits level 6. Once Ryopaj has the arena. We might, once we have like mid one active, Moon as well. Until then, quiet game, I think.
Yeah, and the answer to that is the Water Village arc. Just
of course.
The OG arc, and anyone that says any different is just wrong.
Or maybe it's the one where they had to get the electricity ninja to, or they find some. I love the filler arcs, man. You know, it's like, hey, we need to find a special bug to remove some poison. I'm like, well,
I was never a fan. Like, I like the very early stuff, like the like I said, the Water Village arc. You get the Ninja Training arc as well, where they go through the exams, right up until the point where Sasuke gets stolen, and then it's kind of like,
Prepare for battle.
I mean, I think he got kidnapped. Stolen makes him sound like he's like, you know, like he's like a dish or something. You know, he got stolen.
He was going to be body snatched, right? That was the entire point, that he was gonna use.
Too slow though. Yeah, he was too slow. Well, by the way, check out mid one starting items. 4 gauntlets of strength. That is, he's got 900 health to begin with. He breaks the smoke from Boom Esports, makes that alive. So that's a lot of strength. 12 extra strength, 12 extra damage. So I think 1.2 health regen. Interesting starting item. He's going to be looking a lot to Afu and being like, yo, I see you got a few tangos over there. But
yeah, hint, hint.
Hint, hint. Don't let me beat you up to get them. Meanwhile, Boom, can they catch mid one? Scam, he's like, he's so close.
He's just a little bit too fast though, mid one. He's got that extra, what is it, 25 move speed over Scam?
Yep. Yeah. A lot of the new heroes seem pretty fast. Like they start up with pretty high movement speed, you know, compared to some of the other. Like you look at Mars, 310, 315 on Mars. A lot of them just seem to have some sort of extra mobility.
I think that's one of the things that you do need to give to a melee hero though, as a design choice, right? To make sure they're just not outclassed by ranged heroes. But then I'm not a game designer. I'm barely a Dota player, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't think we announced we're barely Dota players on the cast. We say that in between us. Well, you know, it's like
I say what I mean is, like, you know, I don't have like 7-8k MMR. I'm not one of these that I just play the game. I have fun, and if I win, I win. If I lose, then I rage out a little bit. You know, standard Dota player.
Yeah, exactly. You know. Bottom lane is the one I would think might get a kill. You know, if Scam here can get a few shadow poisons off, he actually goes for the first one disruption because I think they were expecting to get a kill here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry, when they were like looking for people.
When they were smoked up. Yeah.
So without it though, plus shadow poison there's a problem with it that the first level of it, you almost give as much when you like to the magic stick charges as you do damage. Like if you miss a couple, then suddenly it's like, oh crap, this sucks. It's about to expire. So okay, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it, but fine, sign off the disruption.
And going back to mid one's build here, what does he want to build into? Like, looking on his curry, you know, he's got some tangos, he's got that stick coming out, but does he want to move these into... Is it going to be like a double race of Soul Ring build coming up for the Marcy, or are these just going to be casual gauntlets, do you think?
I think one Soul Ring would be fine. You do need the mana.
Yeah.
But the other two, I mean, maybe one bracer, maybe you sell them, maybe just casual. Like, it's solid stats, you know. 3 strength is pretty good. Like, there's a health regen is really up there thanks to that. So I like it. I like the starting. I remember when we used to see GH on the Phoenix. He starts with like 3 branches and a crown. 7 to all stats, and it was just like gives you so much extra to have that. So I like it.
I mean, this was the old Huskar build, wasn't it? Where if you went mid Huskar, you playing up against a Nightstalk or something like that, because Nightstalk used to be a really strong mid. You just used to go like quadruple braces and be like, well,
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna win, and then go into like a yeah, and just do your damage that way.
I mean, honestly, when they introduced the bracers double, all the items double, bracers seemed so strong. You know,
Yeah.
200 health, 10 damage. What was it, like 4 HP regen or something like that? When they level up, good one. They're doing some damage here.
Yeah, he's
But yeah, it was
taking
like
a lot of punishment. I liked as well that the disruption came out as soon as the sidekick was popped. Scam just pops the disruption, wastes so much time on that sidekick for mid one, and stops him from getting the heal back from the lifesteal.
They have been able to get some decent denies as well. But yeah, 3 on Skem. I've noticed that he just disrupts. He tries to get it. I imagine once he has like level 2 Shadow Poison, then he'll start spamming. Until then, it's just barely worth it. You don't want to give them magic stick charges. Rubik's already got 6. So that's bottom lane though. Overall, mid one is doing okay. Jackboy is doing a little bit better though, and Skem with that save, with the disruption, he's causing it a little bit of a headache.
Yeah. Looking over to the top lane as well, CDR got really darn low. He's gone through a lot of regen here now as well. The mana burn just keeps coming out from Tims, and he's focused it onto CDR, which it makes sense, right? Because if you can take this mana away from the Templar Assassin, stop him from getting these refraction charges up, you do open CDR up to a lot of punishment.
Yeah, at the same time also, if once you get 1 point spike carapace, every time Pelosin throws out a chilling touch, it's gonna hurt, and Pelosin loses his courier. Because you just reflect all that bonus damage. So
Yeah.
Tims, it's a solid lane. It's a solid game for Nyx Assassin. Up against the Marcy, the TA, as well as the A. It's a solid game for him. A lot of things you can proc with the spike carapace.
Yeah. In the bottom lane, the Scam's going to throw a disruption out. I think the Fade Bolt did still connect out onto the Shadow Demon. Afu wants to chase across. There is going to be some harassment coming through from these illusions as well. Afu going to be taking a lot of damage. Level 2 on Scam, but Scam's not really got any mana left here. So he's going to be holding that point. Fade Bolt comes out. Afu with the telekinesis. Can he do the damage over to Scam? And against Scam, he doesn't have what. In fact, mid one's going to rotate over now as well with the rebound. Do they have the damage to take him down? They absolutely do. And mid one picks up that first blood with the rotation over. Afu doing a lot of heavy lifting, and then mid one comes in for the kill secure. And yeah, that's going to be... I mean, it's going to be good for Scam because it means he's going to be coming back to the lane with full mana. And, so he is going to be able to punish pretty much straight away here. But yeah, mid one being able to pick up that first blood, it's a good start here for SMG.
Especially considering how much is going to be on mid one. Oh.
Yeah, I was just going to say top lane, but it looks like the Visage isn't FBZ here, not really punishing onto CDR. It's just Tims with the harassing again. The mana burn comes out. CDR is going to be out of mana, so he's not even going to be able to use these refraction charges. Trying to get himself what he can with the stick. Looks like he is going to be going towards the wand as well as those power treads coming out as the next couple of items. But yeah, CDR just having a really not great, it's not awful, because he's still getting a few last hits, but he's having a not great time here because he just can't get those refraction charges up, can't get that extra damage protection, and the extra damage as well coming out against FBZ, and Tims is just kind of being a massive pain in the ass in this lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Yopash, telekinesis, drag back into the Remnant now as well, so Mars going to be taking a lot of punishment coming through. He uses that God's Rebuke. Moon, only level 5, so he doesn't have the Astral Step forward, and Yopash will be able to move himself back, uses the wand charges, uses the bottle here as well.
But even though CDR is suffering, he actually was able. They are making stacks for him. They already have a double stack in the triangle, both ancient and the big camp. Scam, he's wise to it. He realizes Afu has been gone for a while. Makes sure he puts a couple of sentries to block it, which means that next time Afu tries to stack, he's gonna feel like, oh crap, there's not gonna be, it's not gonna get anything out of it. So it's still double stack though.
Yeah.
And Afu, he walks in, doesn't actually have any sentries, so he's gonna try to stack this. Oh, poor guy. This is the worst feeling, He's like, I took all this time and all this effort, and then just this tiny blue dot makes it all worthless. So a good move by Scam, It's a small thing, but it does waste so much time for Afu.
Meanwhile, Scam is going to be able to get the disruption. Afu's moving himself down as well. Scam moving right back through this jungle, and Scam is going to be punished with this. Fade Bolt comes up now as well. The drag back with the telekinesis.
That was a tough one. By the way, Afu immediately has a sentry. He walks in. He's like, okay, I can see that there's nothing got stacked, so I'm just gonna be dewarding right now. And there's a lot of support battles here. This is how much we have to work, making sure we get everything just right for our cores to get the stacks that they need.
He does only have the one. He doesn't even plant it yet for
It doesn't even go for it.
his
Yeah.
stacks. I mean, he has another sentry here, so he might be able to drop it in a good position just to deal with one of the sentries, but I don't think he's going to be able to deal with both of them. Yeah, they're at the range for that sentry.
He thinks that Scam blocked it with his body.
Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Well, at the same time, though, SMG slightly this game. Boom Esports, they changed their strategy. Early game, like in the previous game, they went for this very strong laning phase where they were able to get kills. They were able to, you saw like Undying and PA. That's a strong lane. This time, it's a lot more passive, and SMG's playing the game in their own pace right now.
Well, speaking about own pace, Yopaj is going to TP up, so CDR couldn't move himself away from this, and boom, in their own time, take down the Templar Assassin on the top lane. Really nice rotation coming up from Yopaj there. CDR was able to use a refraction because he had, I think it was like, he had the magic stick charges that gave him enough mana for it, but yeah, as soon as that happened, Tim's FBZ get on top of him again. Yopaj moves in, gets that arena down. Oh, Paulson as well showing. He's going to be slowed down, but the TP coming in from CDR. CDR might be able to dissuade FBZ from diving this tower.
Once the FBZ is level 6, though, I worry for Pelosin. Like, I think that it's just going to be really tough for him to show his face around the map. One stun, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, although they are also trying to, they're getting more. Like, look at how many camps they've blocked on Boom Esports side, though. There's a block here as well in the dire jungle, so a bit tough for them.
Oh, Tim's just pops the spike carapace. It looks like Paulson was moving it in, but he didn't actually go for anything though. Wasn't stunned up, it doesn't look like. But yeah, Mars, how's he doing? If we take a look at the net worth, Mars is going to be sitting just a little bit below the Void Spirit, but he is going to be able to get these stacks up, get the farm up with the Cosmere as well as the Spear, and just move himself around. Go on.
Check out mid one. He replaced the gauntlet with an ogre axe. He's like, this thing gives me way more strength, more than 3 times. What the hell was I doing? Yeah, I'm wondering if he's gonna go for that fast BKB in this game as well. He already has the phase boots, but I love it. He's like that more strength. You know, if you upgrade the magic stick, you also get more strength if you want to do that. But I just love this. I love that he's got 4 gauntlets and an ogre axe. And I love this build. It's crazy. I don't know what he's thinking, but I'd love to know what he's going to make from it. Might need to make a soul ring, though, because, just so you can benefit from the stacks.
Yeah.
The multiple. From the slots.
Yeah, no, I mean, the build for support Marcy at the minute, or before the nerf happened as well, was just the BKB into the Basher. So,
yeah.
It's kind of one of those things. It's like an Enchantress that used to be core. You still go for the same build as a support. You just do it a lot faster because you have farm priority.
By the way, these sentry wards in the dire triangle, they've been there for what, 4 minutes? And Afu, come on, man, please no. Oh, there you go. He plants it. He's gonna find it. Oh, I feel good for him. I feel relieved that finally removed. Pelosin, he's about 5.5. Needs to be careful from those FBZ bursts. They do spot him. Oh dear.
Yeah, they see him, and there's going to be a Yopaj rotating as well. Did they want to drop the arena for this, or maybe just a spear to the trees, and they are going to be able to pick him off FBZ if the birds do come in cold feet. It does proc some mid one. Does he want to be getting onto this fight? There's going to be the drop down by the birds, but FBZ taking those tower shots. Yopaj is doing try and drop the arena now as the rebound comes up from mid one. He gets the kill onto FBZ, and it looks like he's going to carry on going here now as well. The birds in the trees, but mid one. He's just going to be able to clean up these illusions that come out after the fact, and it looks like Tim's got taken down in the mid lane, but yeah, Yopaj as well as Scam just move themselves away. Oh, this could be a trap here for Yopaj. 3 heroes to jump in, the lockdown. Do they have enough to keep the Mars locked down into the telekinesis? The damage, it's going to be enough, and now the Morphlin. Oh, does he want to carry on going here on the side of SMG? Jack Boys just has to move himself carefully around this tier 1 tower, because there is still 3 heroes that could look to potentially dive onto the Morphia, but Tim's does move in. He's level 6. He has that Vendetta form up. Mid one, 4 heroes in this. They're going to be putting a lot of pressure onto this tier 1 tower, but Tim's with the chase. The TP comes in now as well. The Vendetta into the Impale. Do they have the damage to take the Marcy down? It looks like they might be able to chase out, but only chase out and not secure the kills. Even the Ice Blast though. Did that connect? I think it did. They're going to be able to get the kills to the Morphlin.
Oh, by the way, they are really prioritizing Pelosin in this game. Not only was he top solo when he died, but before they TP in, but when he respawns, he's like, I'm not going to join you guys. I'm going to go bottom. And he didn't take the tome. I'm not sure who took the tome, but he goes bottom, makes sure he gets that level 6, and you can see immediately paying dividends for his team. The kill on Jack Boys. So this, like I said, SMG, they got way more comfortable draft. Not because they themselves drafted better, but Boom Esports are just not playing as aggressive. Yeah. So SMG can play the way they want. They're like, all right, we can play, make stacks, we can farm however we want, we can take the get the hero levels that we need. And CDR, he just takes a giant ancient, so I think it was triple stack, and all of a sudden all 3 cores of SMG are in the top.
Yeah, no, it was right because the D ward only happened after the stacks were for the past 3 or 4 minutes, like you said. So it was a triple stack or a quad stack there onto CDR. Be able to pick up the Dragon Lance. It looks like he's going to go straight towards the Desolator afterwards there as well. So he's going to be relying on the rest of his team for the engagement and then CDR to follow up. And I assume it's going to be the BKB after that, or does he want to actually go in for the Blink Dagger here on that Templar Assassin?
I'm a big fan of the BKB just because I think you're gonna have to. I mean, the thing is, you only have what your catch is Rubik Lift and whatever voice break again. So Blink is not bad. Oh, you do have mid one though. I think you want to go BKB. Mid one's also going for BKB. You get BKB, you're just able to run at them. They can't really do anything. Like you look at Boom Esports, they literally have no spells that pierce through BKB. So why like there's nothing to worry about if you have a couple of those.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, they do have the Demonic Purge. Other than that, there's nothing.
Well, speaking of Skem, it's going to be jumped on here now as well. Skem only level 5, drag back into the Remnant. Are they going to be able to get this kill? It looks like, yeah, they did. Dissimulate comes out, Moon picks up that kill, and now mid one chasing down onto FBZ, but Astral Steps comes forward. It's going to be a little bit of lockdown onto FBZ with the jump forward into the rebound, and they do get this kill. They might even be able to clean up the birds.
CDR though.
Only one of the birds does survive. CDR is moving himself away from the danger. Yopaj looking towards that Blink Dagger, but he's only about halfway there with the gold that he's already got.
Yeah, well, they were like they know where he was. They saw him walk in a little bit, but then he just walks out and he's gonna be fine. CDR now it's very annoying for Boom Esports. They know he's farming their side of the map. It's taking that gold from Jack Boys, but how much do you want to commit to kill him right now? Just go, farming the neutrals, going back to his own triangle, having a very fun game right now.
Yeah, and CDR, he's gonna get another couple of stacks here off this ancient camp, so he's gonna be able to. Oh, he's not going to be too far off the Desolator with this gold coming out from the Ancients here as he cleans this camp up. And then, I mean, once that Desolator comes out, you want to be getting the stacks on the Deso, right? So you do want to be getting involved with your team. Might not be a complete engage, but, you do still want to be getting... speaking of Tims, the trap does pop. The Ice Blast is going to be the spike. Carapace, though, gets the stun off. Now, with the rebound, do they have the reveal for the Dispose? There's no dust. There's...
Oh, the time's up though.
It was off. Yeah, the Impale comes out, only connects onto CDR. So that's going to be the disposed back. Tims and mid one picks up the kill. And that's going to be a decent, again, for mid one, just to get him towards that BKB. He's only about 200 gold off that now. And
unfortunately, they planted a sentry. Sorry, they planted an observer ward near the sentry. That was way earlier. So they get a nice D ward after that, which a little bit more gold, a little more experience, and a lot more map control for SMG, along with this nice mid lane ward. Are you gonna go for Yopaj?
Do they want to step? No, they don't. Okay.
Oh, well, they have the Stolen Spear. I was like, it's a lot to choose about. The Stolen Spear, Max Fate Bolt, and Moon also has got the Witchblade. So you're hitting pretty hard. You do have, I believe they have enough damage to bring down Yopaj, even with his rather massive health pool. And Pelosin, his stacking duty is serious on SMG in this game. Like, I don't think every fight there's been. Oh, here we go.
I'm watching this Ice Blast coming into the mid lane. Oh, the spear. It's going to connect onto Yopaj. Yopaj just shatters. The spear did push Tims out of it, so he was in the Vendetta form anyway. It wouldn't have been any follow-up onto that. But yeah, really good, great timing there from the Ice Blast there on Paulson. So some good communication from the rest of the team to get that sent out, it looks like.
Well, not only that, but he was also stacking the Ancients at the same time. And he's got the shard, which one of the best shards in the game. Like, it gives you so much. It's just nice bit of damage. Oh, Jack Boys, they're smoked up. They're going for it.
Did he go for the Dispose now as well? Dissimulate was that Remnant to get the drag back though. Jack Boys, was stolen. It's gonna be the. Is that the waveform? Yeah.
Yeah, disgusting. That's not what you want. I mean, it's pretty good damage, honestly, and you get the movements. It's all good, but you do want to get that strength one if you can get it. Doubling your strength is no joke. SMG, they're playing. They're firing all cylinders. They're getting these great Ice Blast kills. Oh, Jack Boys.
Do they connect with the damage though after this? Or the trap?
That's not enough.
It doesn't walk into it. Yeah, okay. Arfu does get the kill onto Tims though in the mid lane.
But it is very annoying for Jack Boys. It's like, now I have to. He's always going to be a little bit worried about that Ice Blast. Can't go as much edge as he wants. So takes a couple of extra hits to clear the camp. That adds up as time goes on. So Pelosin applying a huge amount of pressure to Jack Boys.
Yeah, and being able to do this level 1 every 60 seconds, 40 seconds on level 3. Yeah, and it makes then Boom question where SMG have vision in that, because that was a deep shot coming through from this.
Yes.
I think it was just a trap that might have seen it. But yeah, a really good shot. So it's going to make Boom think of, do they have any vision? They might waste some sentries around, they might waste some observers just to try and make sure there was no rotation coming in after the fact. Mid one comes in, he's going to try and get the dive. They're going to be able to get on top of FBZ. Arena to just come out. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this one now as well? FBZ's just on the run. There's going to be a really good waveform coming in from the Rubik now as well. FBZ, though, they turn this one around. Really
Ice
good
Blast.
inhale. FBZ takes down Afu. Ice Blast comes in onto 3. Do they have the damage to get the shatter, though? It looks like with CDR coming right through onto this now as well. Jack Boys did get the shift into the Marcy form. So he's going to be trying to get himself around on best girl form there as well. CDR, going to be some really nice refraction charges, but is it going to be able to keep him alive now as well? The Wraith Pact just keeping them damaged now as well. And it looks like mid one, the chase down into the Mana Burn. Yopaj gets that Tumbler's Toy forward. The spear into the trees, and now Tim's doing the damage, but he wants to come right back into this. Blink forward now as well. The waveform from Morphin himself. And Jack Boys will get that kill, turning that gank around. A 3-for-1 there, going the way of Team Boom.
All they caught was Skem, and they were able to get 2 cores. Midwood's jump at the end was a bit weird. That was also the first BKB usage of the game. And Skem, I think he threw a Demonic Purge on him, which means that he was slowed down.
Yeah.
And overall, SMG felt like that fight was a bit forced, and that's not how I thought it would go for them at all. The Ice Blast came out in A, it didn't even matter. There was just not enough damage to focus on him. So SMG, despite what was looking like a pretty solid... it looked like they were going to run away with this game, but Boom Esports, they punched back hard.
Yeah, really good turnaround there after the Ice Blast came in from Boom, stealing that Marcy form, being able to get the rebound out from Jack Boys. And it just seemed like Team SMG couldn't get the targeting right. Oh, Scam. They do get the drag back, though. What are they going to be able to do here? Telekinesis was already used. They're going to be able to steal out onto the Purge, it looks like. But now Ice Blast comes through onto the arena. Do they have the damage to take Scam down? FBZ trying to get himself away with the disruption. Might save his life for a little bit. They do get the kill onto that Wraith Pack. FBZ, the dive back in from mid one, though. Do they have the damage to take him down? Dissimulate. FBZ will go down. And Boom claims that kill.
It's still a scary situation for Boom, and they're like, oh well. SMG's like, well, look what we have here. It's Roshan.
Oh, they're going to be able to come in even further. Telekinesis into the trap. The slowdown to Dissimulate once again. Spear comes out onto the Void Spirit, but that's not going to stop the kill onto Scam.
Yep, and decide Roshan's right there if they want to go for it. We'll see if Boom wants to try and interrupt. Like Scam walked in and loses his life, and maybe they decide either you bring a lot of numbers or you just don't go. Jack Boys, he's got the Mantis down, the Morbid Mask, and it's like, it's fine, but it is a bit tough for him to get in. You're always going to have to dodge this AA blast, and that's one of the problems that Boom Esports has. Like, someone's got to bring down this AA before he can do his ultimate. It's like, he's way too much of a problem. This is a post-5 AA, by the way, but he's causing maybe Boom Esports all the headache in this game.
Yeah, and you can see that FBZ, his bird, I mean, the bird's going to be cleaned up there as well, so mid one gets the gold for it. His birds were doing the scouting, but Boom just couldn't contest that with having no arena up, no Vendetta to try and get in there as well. And it was just, yeah, it was one of those things that, how do you contest? You've got 2 heroes dead anyway, so they couldn't get themselves in.
Yeah, Moon is very close. Does he have actually the Aghanim Scepter flying on? Yep, Moon has the Aghanim Scepter coming out on the Void Spirit, so that's a little bit more science. Scam's kind of been doing an okay job controlling mid one with his Demonic Purge, but what if, Scam just gets jumped on by Moon? There's nothing he's going to be able to do about it.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And yeah,
attack.
you can see Scam and Yopaj, they're just trying to maybe make something happen here, waiting for someone to TP to defend this bottom tower, but in the end, nobody does TP down, and Yopaj just tries to put a little bit more pressure on with the God's Reek, with the Spear, just to help the creeps maybe take this tower. But there is a catapult here, taking the aggro, so not a lot of damage going to come out from that. And this, no rotations coming through. In fact, it's going to be a smoke rotation coming through from 3 of Team SMG.
Dire's bottom tower.
The farm on the cores of Boom, a little bit scary. Yeah, mid one's not doing much better, but look at the supports on SMG. They're just almost competing with these cores. That is very scary. The
They're going to
smoke's
see Couriers. They're going to be able to
go.
dive onto Scam now as well. They get the drag back with this Remnant, and it's going to be a solo kill for Moon. Do they want to go any further? Afu
Dire's bottom
gets that blink forward. Telekinesis comes out, right? Back into the Ice Blast. I think it didn't. No, the Spear. I think it was just on the edge. They get the kill anyway. But
Yeah, I think it connected. I mean, I feel like it was on the edge. Maybe we'll see. I have to go back and see just exactly. It doesn't say
no,
any
it
damage.
was just the Vortex, yeah, from the Death Summary.
Either way, Hafu, I mean, he does a lot of damage just with the Fade Ball and the Spear. The Spear steal has been absolutely amazing for him. But Oh, that's your win condition. You really need Jack Boys to do well for you to win this game. Boom Esports, this lineup they went for, a bit odd. And SMG, they still have that Aegis for almost another 3 minutes. They can do whatever they want with their map. And looks like the TA is going to go for the Blink Dagger. She's not going to go for the BKB first. She's going to go for it after.
Yeah.
Now she has the Blink Dagger. So once that mobility, just jump up, get a few right clicks on someone, and the Ice Blast will do the rest.
And he might be able to get the jump here as well. I know Yopaj flicks himself up, but doing some tower damage. The rest of the team to join, apart from mid one's just doing a little bit of farming here on the bottom lane. Nothing queued up, but Marcy, would you still expect mid one here to go for that basher?
I don't know. I don't feel like they need the control. I mean, why not, right? Like it's such a good item for the hero anyway, so you can go for. But it's not like she can go for anything he really wants. He doesn't queue anything. I mean, I'm also excited to go for it, but yeah, it's always good just to go for the basher. The BKB, you can go for Heaven's Halberd. It's really good against the Morphling as well. But Bash is just, classic good item into Abyssal, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what's queued up for mid one here now as well. It does have something flying out on the courier. It's just going to be the missile hammer, TP scroll. So yeah, so he's got one part of the bash coming out already. Probably going to replace one of those gauntlets, I'd assume.
No, he keeps. No, you have to keep them. You should make another soul ring. You can combine. Get a benefit out of it. Just so you have the. You don't lose value of the item. You don't lose like that little bit of extra gold. But it just he went for it. I just like the way he started. The mithril hammer, a little bit more damage. What's he's going to replace that? Oh, it is a gauntlet. Oh, I feel it.
Heartbreak.
I feel it.
Absolute heartbreak.
Why would they do that? It's been with him since the start of the game.
Yeah, CDR is going to be able to put some pressure on the rebound, but the blink away here, Yopaj just gets himself out of danger. They were trying to pressure this bottom lane here on the side of Boom to get that tier 1 tower, but by the time that's happened, you can see CDR doing so much damage to this tier 3 tower, takes it down, and the Morphling Jackboy is not even coming back yet. What's he trying to farm up though? Looks like he's going towards the Axe. They're going to be able to get the dive onto Mars now as well. Disruption. Spike Carapace comes out, but there was no AA blast, no AoE damage now as well. The drive back Moon, the arena comes out now as well. They're going to be able to get that deletion onto Moon. Mid one gets taken down as well. CDR, do they have the reveal? The Ice Blast does come in, but CDR has that Aegis for the next 30 seconds or so. Maybe trying to time this right. No, they're just going to pop it now, get that full reset on him. What have they got to take him down afterwards though? He gets the blink away. The chase, though. Morphling Jack boys. Or the spear stolen now from the Rubik. So they might be able to get Afu.
Oh, nice lift to safety, and he's next to a trap. So as long as they walk through it, I think Afu's gonna be fine. But SMG, a bit of a botched attempt, losing their both their mid lane and their off lane. They are gonna get these 2 nice bounty runes here. We'll see if Afu goes for it. No, he's like 2 bounty runes. That's disgusting. Why would I go for it?
You gotta leave them for your carry. It's like a psychological thing. The carry sees and picks them up, and it's like, oh, more gold. Or maybe not.
Afu kind of. That was a little bit aggressive. Like they were able to hit the Raxus, but he went for the kill, tried to get Yopaj. Yopaj is tanky. He is a durable guy. He's got 2,000 health, and as well as the B. Well, I think he just got the BKB. So
the spear back. Oh, the Ice Blast again pushed out of it with the spear. They are still going to be able to get the kill into Jack Boys. Oh, Yopaj, he pops that BKB mid one. Can he get himself out of it? He's going to pop the BKB of his own mid one. Try and do what damage he can onto this. FBZ might be the target. Dispose comes back. He's going to be deleted for the birds. Can he take them down before mid one goes down? He will be able to completely clean up FBZ and his birds on this map.
SMG, are they going to try to force the Raxus now? They have 30 seconds until Jack Boys is up. They might consider going for a tier 2 to be safer. And yeah, they might just looks like they're just going to go mid here. So Afu, that push top, a little bit of a mistake, but then he redeemed himself. But it's like you're saying, those spears are causing a bit of an issue for Pelosin to land his Ice Blast. Because I was clicking on Jack Boys that fight. I don't think he had the icon for the Ice Blast. Unless there's some sort of visual bug. We saw that yesterday with the Mystic Flare. So maybe there's something going on there, but looks like it did miss this time.
Checking the death summary as well. Again, the AA doesn't even show up on the damage by heroes list. So yeah, the Ice Blast, he was pushed out with the spear, but again, they got the lockdown long enough to take down the Morphin, and the Morphin doesn't have that shard as well, so he's not able to attribute shift while he's stunned.
Well, in the meantime, though, what are they going to try here? FBZ, he does have the Pipe of Insight. I feel like this item is a little bit underrated when you're up against a lot of magic damage. So it does help against the AA blast. You know, even if you like get hit, you can actually prevent that tick damage, which is pretty helpful. And of course, as good against Moon as well. There's a smoke down by Boom. They want to catch someone. Long wraparound here. I think both teams can. Do they see the sentry? No, they don't. Only Boom knows that there's a ward there. They see mid one.
They're going to be able to get the jump. The BKB comes out almost immediately, so the spear going to be completely useless. Yopaj just trying to run himself away from this, but the sidekick as well. That unleash going to be used here now as well. Mid one. BKB was up. Telekinesis saved by the Rubik. It's going to get him out of danger here. Backlines Moon, does he want to go for that wrap? They might be able to get something out of this. Yasuo steps forward. FBZ is going to be the one that gets caught out now as well. Spike Carapace comes out from Tim's, but they're still going to be able to do the damage and take down FBZ. And now Tim's do have the damage to take him down with the rebound in. That's done. CDR gets himself the double, and this might open up a second tier 3 tower here with no buybacks on these two heroes. And Team SMG, mana dependent on CDR. You know, he's going to be lacking a lot of mana, but for the health-wise, they're going to be absolutely fine at this minute.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate for Boom Esports. We know Tim's also uses buyback, so SMG, they're just like, let's just go for it. What are we waiting for? This is an important match for SMG, whereas Boom Esports, they already qualified, so maybe they're trying out this new draft style. We have seen Boom go very experimental. Oh, Jack Boys, he's stunned, he's locked down. The blast comes out. Oh, not in time.
But Moon jumps forward. Jack Boys just going to be using that Manta style to simulate jump away here from Moon. And yeah, so it is. I mean, CDR didn't even bother with that. He's just going to sit himself around these racks. You know, they get that melee racks. The range racks is going to go down. It looks like they're the creeps anyway. So they are going to be able to get at least one lane of racks, and then maybe it's going to be a long Roshan. And yeah, you could see that the rotation from after he came back, just to make sure this pressure that was being put on by Yopaj on the bottom lane didn't completely overrun this bottom lane and give them free racks on the side of Boom.
By the way, I gotta ask you something, Rob.
What?
Who landed more spears in this game? Afu or Yopaj?
We'd have to go back and have an official spear count, but I think Afu has been the more accurate, because Afu gets his own setup, right? The telekinesis into a spear. You know, how can you miss when you have them locked down already?
I've done it. I have missed with that combo. However, Boom, they're smoked up.
Tim's, he misses the impale. Spike Carapace comes out. It is going to get the stun into CDR because the right click was flying here. But now that's going to be on cooldown next 4 seconds. And yeah, you can see that Team SMG is saying, great, come and fight us. Look at this high ground. We've got traps for days. And you want to fight into this?
And top lane is also going to be pushing in a little bit as well, which means someone's going to have to... I mean, you have to actually defend it right now, but it's going to be annoying. It just tells them that, yeah, Boom wants to fight because no one's pushing out the top lane. So SMG... By the way, they have the Void Spirit shard, so you can use that also just, you know... Look at that! Look what are they doing in the mid lane? Traps, wards, 2 Void Spirit bros hanging out.
Yeah,
Boom.
Easy
Boom
clean.
Esports very choked out in this map right now. Jack Boys, he is farming okay. Still second net worth in this whole game, but he's 4,000 behind CDR, and he is countered. It is, you know, it's Morphling versus AA. It is the strongest counter in the game.
Yeah. And how many times have we seen, what, 2 or 3 times now, where the Ice Blast hasn't even connected, and SMG have just been able to evaporate this Morphling?
Hey, but that's because he's all full agi. Like, even right now, he's full agi. He doesn't feel like he needs strength, and it's... I mean, we've seen it, right? You go full agi, you don't have a chance to do anything once you're stunned, and it's been costing Jack Boys a lot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I mean, Roche,
Boom,
20 seconds away on the big man, and that's going to be... Is that the 3rd Roche of the game? Or is it just the 2nd? Oh, the BKB's coming out, the arena's going to be dropped now as well, but nobody gets caught in it. They're going to be able to get the stun onto mid one. Mid one's holding that BKB for after the spear stun comes out, and Yopaj, that's going to be his BKB down for the next 80 seconds. Arena's gone now as well. Tim's is caught on the high ground, tries to go for that Spike Carapace to jump in, but the disruption going to save his life for a little bit longer. CDR comes in with his own BKB, and the waveform forward now as well. Was that Ice Blast? I think he was still affected by it, but didn't take the blast damage, and he get the kill onto Jack Boys, and now the jump back in. FBZ disposed back into CDR's path, absolutely blown up there now as well. Yopaj, he misses a spear. He's going to be in the danger zone, and he's just going to be absolutely cleaned up, it looks like.
Oh, dude, it's so hard to, like... I said this was a good Knicks game, but Tim's jumps in. They're just not a spot, but earlier, when they were pushing, he wasn't able to get land the stun. He blinks in, but he stuns between 2 heroes, which is very unfortunate that it happens. And Alpha blinks in, trying to find anyone. SMG on fire, knowing exactly what they want to do. They're getting so much vision, by the way, all from traps, from the Ice Vortex, and from, of course, those lovely, super long Aether Remnants as well that they just started, like, so they know, oh, someone walking through an Aether Remnant. If you're Boom, you're like, how do I walk into this? And that's just going to be a mid-racks taken. And Jack Boys, he is 3. I mean, it feels like he died a lot more, but he only died 4 times this game. But it feels like he just hasn't had the game at all. Yeah. And everyone else, they're just kind of relying on Jack to do the damage. And just now he just melted. Just the was he hit by Ice Blast? I just blinked and he just disappeared again.
Yeah, he was just gone. I think he waveformed through the actual blast, but he was still affected by the like the proc on it itself.
Yeah, you're not hit by the circle, but as it moves, it actually leaves a debuff, which is an interesting part of the spell. And that is going to be, like, I think, second Aegis as well.
Oh, Marcy Shard. Okay, that's one of those things that you don't really see. They're going to be able to get the jump onto Moon, though. Do they get the kill here now as well? He's going to try and get himself away to Dissimulate. Ice Blast coming through, but it's not going to connect. It doesn't look like. They do get the kill onto Moon. He
Jack
does go down.
Stuck.
Yep. Where is he? I mean, he's on the low ground and mid one. That's not what you're supposed to be, my dude. You are not a ward. Just trying to do his best Artesia impression, it looks like.
Well, Jack was here. I think that was his own Mantle Illusions blocking him, but decides to just stay in the damage. Okay, so mid one dies, Moon dies. Boom, can you make a comeback? Is Boom pressing the let's win button now? All right, let's, we got what we needed. We're behind. Let's practice our comeback game. See how it goes. But they really need to pull out all those stops. They do have a buyback on mid one. I don't think they're going to be using it anyway. It looks like Boom's not that serious about taking the push. 20 seconds, not that much time. So they go back to farming, but there is a bit of breathing room. It's a huge amount of experience for Boom Esports.
I mean, yeah, but they are still being pushed in on this top lane. Nobody's come back to defend this. It's going to lose one of the... It's only a building, so it does get pinged out now as well by Yopaj. And he is going to TP himself back. But yeah, they lose enough progress on this top lane. They are going to start to lose tier 4 towers. And that's kind of the thing that SMG can do here. If they drag a long fight outside of the base, Boom are going to start losing buildings in the base, just purely because this top lane, the mid lane are going to be pushing in.
Yeah, that's always the disadvantage, right?
CDR, smoke breaks. There's going to be a really nice impale. Did they go? The Templar Assassin has that Lincoln Sphere, so the mana burn not going to be taking effect. What will be taking effect, though, is FBZ and his familiars doing so much damage onto CDR now as well. He's going to have that Aegis, so that is going to pop. Ice Blast comes out. Jack Boys moves himself out of it. The Spear, though, yeah, it locks down Afu. It locks down mid one, and CDR tries to go into that melt. He's got that BKB. The Blink comes out. They might be able to go into Moon now, but Moon, with the Dissimulate, was that waveform forward. The Remnant's going to catch onto Jack Boys. Jack Boys not going to be able to chase out here.
Oh, Yopaj, massive spear on 2 people. Mid one, I think he had the BKB ready. He just wasn't expecting it. Afu has been a huge playmaker this game. He also has the Octarine core with the Blink Dagger, so every time he's just getting all these spells off, low cooldown. And no, Yopaj just takes them out. They even take the enemy out, was 2 Raxes down. And Boom Esports starting to really get back into this game.
Spike Carapace comes out. Did he have the lockdown onto Moon here? Moon, the spear to the tree. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? He doesn't have that BKB. He's just going to be deleted.
No buyback.
And now, yeah, he's going to be dead for 67 seconds. Ice Blast comes through. Disruption, though, I think that saved the Morphlin. FBZ from being... Oh, no, he did still get the debuff.
But it's not like they have enough damage to follow up anyway, so still fine for them. And Moon, that was a little bit unfortunate, and Boom, slowly crawling their way back into the game with the win percentage going from 8% now to about almost 40 for them.
Yeah, big swing up here on all 3 graphs.
Next Assassin is going to go for that Force Staff. By the way, I like this because you do need some way to push people once they get stunned. We see how many times they get stunned, they get pinned by a tree. You can Force Staff them away. You might be able to save them from an Ice Blast. FBZ, what's he got? He's going to go for the Salt Cuirass. That's something. Do they know? Radiant, they use a scan. They're going for this.
Tim's Impale. Oh, he gets the blink away. What was stolen there as well. The arena comes out, so it's not really going to matter. He stole the Spike Carapace, so he does get the stun. Onto Yopaj now as well. Yopaj Disruption comes out mid one. He's holding that BKB still. Ice Blast going to be there. Yopaj going to move himself away from this. He's going to shatter, and Paulison does pick up this kill. Mid one. Does he want to turn? BKB, the Glimmer Cape comes out to help protect him now as well. CDR, he's already used his BKB Telekinesis to try and get the save. Rebound now as well. Mid one, he's going to try and save that target with the... I think that was going to be the Shard rebound there as well.
Yes. And, well, it looks like they just lose Yopaj. They don't get anything out of that. Jack Boys wasn't quite in the fight, but FBZ, this could be a bit of a disaster for Boom if they lose more people.
Do they have the damage to take him down, though? FBZ is going to be able to float himself away. Moon comes on the back lines. The Remnant drag back now onto the Visage. Do they have the save with the Disruption? Jack Boys wants to come in. He wants to get involved in this fight. The Ice Blast is 11 seconds away. FBZ, he is going to be taken care of. And they get the kill onto Tims as well. Afu takes down the Nyx Assassin. And Jack Boys just has to leave.
Yeah, he was not in that fight. Honestly, Morphlin, he showed up very late and wasn't able to do anything. He is getting there on the farm. Like he's got the Agam Scepter, by the way, so he's transforming to the TA, so you get that bit of, I think, 28% extra agility, and you also steals from TA, so it's a lot of damage that she loses. Refraction's awesome for you, but you know, boom, they may have been punching hard a little bit, but they're still very far behind with those 2 Raxes down, with 13k gold deficit. A little bit, that Spike Carapace steal, by the way, was what won them that fight for SMG. Afu stole it, used it just as the spear lands, and Yapach cannot actually do his combo, so left him in a really awkward spot.
Yeah, he couldn't get his BKB off there either, and yeah, like you say, it just left him in no man's land with 2 heroes around him, even inside the arena, just ready to take advantage of the fact.
And even though Skim tried to save him, he comes back, and there's an Ice Blast, and you're like, just one Spike Carapace steal is all that Afu needed. After a game 1 where he, on that Enigma, like, Afu, honestly, I think he played the best in this game so far. It's not over yet, but just fantastic performance by him.
Yeah, and the pressure, I mean, like you say, he's been able to play a little bit more freely. The entire game isn't resting on his shoulders. Disruption comes out. Arena, though, they are going to be able to pin out Rubik. Rubik, what can he do? Nothing. He's just going to die, and they might be able to go into Moon now as well. I think Moon, is he going to be able to get himself away from this? Well, the Ice Blast does come in. They might be able to delete Jack Boys as well. The Dispose, Morphlin, though, he's going to shatter Pulse and does claim that kill.
Unfortunate again that he's high on the agility. You know, he's only got 11 strength, so he's going for a lot of agility. Takes that Ice Blast, no health to work with, and then loses his life. Very unfortunate for them. Afu does die, but you get 2 cores in return. And SMG, even if FBZ buys back, I don't know if that's the guy you really need. You need Jack Boys. Oh, here we go, though.
The Lincoln Sphere is going to be broke here on the Templar Assassin. Jump to the backlines here as well by Moon. A lot of damage coming through, and Moon will be able to claim the kill onto Tims. So he's going to be dead. But he does have the buyback if he wants to. 42 seconds, though. Not going to have a Morphlin. FBZ. Does he want to try and get himself around this fight? The buyback does come through from Tims, and FBZ just trying to do his best to stop these creeps that are creeping into the base here. And this actually could be the push for Megas. SMG, do they want to try and put the ultimate pressure? I mean, again, Roshan at least a minute away, so this is going to be the biggest objective that SMG can get. And now they have full control of the map with these lanes pushing in, because it is going to be Megas here for SMG, and they have at least 2 tier 2s and all 3 tier 3s standing.
And SMG, they're just like, we'll see if they want to wait for Roche, but they're not under any pressure at all. They can do whatever they want. I love the Lincoln Sphere pickup by CDR, by the way. I mean, you can lose it because of a couple of spells from the Shadow Demon or the Nixas, but if you can block a Replicate from Morph, that is a big deal. You know, that is a massive spell that you can stop. Well, SMG though, they are respecting Boom Esports a little bit. You know, not rushing to the high ground. They're making sure that they're controlling the map. They find Skem, but all right, the trap comes out. Skem, couple of hits. Oh, Spike Carapace.
Yeah, he's going to be speared back now as
Double
well.
Spear.
And they didn't get, once again, BKBs don't come through. They delete the Mercy. They're going to be able to go through CDR as well. So it's going to be a good stolen arena. Yopaj, though, is going to be able to double that one up. And it looks like they're going to be able to clean up once again. But the base being pushed into, being pressured out. So Boom gets some good fights, and then have to move themselves back to make sure they don't lose anything inside the base, because they don't have any buildings that the creeps are gonna... Okay, on the bottom lane they do. They do have 2 or 3 buildings that the creeps will proc towards, but these tier 4s are gonna be open for the mid lane, for the top lane to push into.
Well, I mean, they could just try to get something in the mid.
Oh, Jack Boys, Ice Blast comes in. He's going to be dragged back by the Remnant now as well. Can he get himself away from this one? Waveform, but does he still shatter? That's going to be a long Ice Blast, and he does go down. Paulson claims that kill. Moon, can he get himself away from this one? He's going to be stun locked, but he's trying to run himself away. Mana Burn comes out. He's not going to have any way to get away from this one. It doesn't look like. Dissimulate does come through. He goes the other way. He dives towards the Roche pit. I thought he was going to be out of mana there, but the Haste Rune, as well as the bottle charges, do keep him alive.
My God, Polosin has just destroyed. I mean, honestly, just destroyed Jack Boys in this game. Like, there's just nothing he can do. Like, you can't get lifesteal, you can't go magic immune. There's nothing you can do. And that looked like could have been maybe a mid-rax. You know, maybe they could have at least pushed all the way to the other side. Jack Boys just gets demolished again. Polosin, by the way, almost 2,000 damage in that fight on him. It's a tough one, and he's level 18 on the AA, by the way. So you know the Ice Blast lasts longer, does more damage, and shatters earlier as well.
Yeah, and yeah, great pickup. You can see, like you say, that he just couldn't get himself away from this one. The Mars does have that refresher up as well, so there is going to be 2 arenas. We did see it used to varying effects in that last fight. They got the double spear out onto the Mars D, onto the CDR, clean that one up. But the second arena wasn't as effective. I mean, it was stolen by the Rubik, right? And turned right back around on him. So...
I mean, honestly, Opaj has played the best on his team this game. He's got how many, like, the double spears he's been getting have been absolutely amazing. That fight, getting both mid one and CDR, bursting them down, massive for them. But it's his carry's countered, and there's only so much you can do on the Mars. You cannot carry the game by yourself. You need your team to do a bit of work as well. And he's gonna go for the Deso, by the way, on the Mars. He's like, you know what? If you're gonna take every single Ice Blast and die, I'll just do it myself. All right. So
yeah.
9 people smoke. SMG, they do have Aegis on CDR, by the way.
They're going to be able to get the jump out of Yopaj. He's saved by the disruption. Do they have any follow-up from this? It looks like Tim's wants to get in, but the BKBs come through. CDR, one more right click. They're going to be able to delete 2 heroes, and the buyback comes through from Yopaj. But this is just going to be a great hit and run from SMG, forcing out a buyback and then leaving. Oh, they get back in. The impale, a double impale. The Ice Blast to follow up. Yopaj, this is going to be a dieback for the Mars. They even take down Jackboys. Jackboys has to buy back right back into this fight. But FBZ, the lone hero so far left to defend this. The Mega Creeps are pushing in. Jackboys now will be back. He's got that BKB. Not going to be able to get himself towards the Ascari. And the tier 4s being priced. GG's just going to be called. Boom. No way back into this for them. FBZ locked down and killed before this game ends. Yeah. And it will end 1-1.
Yeah, it does go 1-1. SMG looked so good in game 2. Boom, their draft is way too passive compared to what we were used to seeing from them. Yeah. They also led the AA versus Morphling matchup. I guess they thought, there's no... Either they thought they wouldn't pick an AA, or they thought that maybe, they're going to ban it later or something like that. I don't know, or they could just play around it. But no. Like, one Ice Blast and Morphling is out. It's just every time out.
Yeah. Paulson in the position 5 had as many kills and more assists than Jackboys in that position 1.
And way fewer deaths as well. He was like, he died once on this AA, whereas Jackboys died 7 times. His net worth is, it's insane. Peloson's performance is absolutely mad. Like, it is actually, he did more damage than Jackboys. He did more damage on the post 5 AA than Jackboys is on Morphling.
Yeah, no, by about a few hundred, and that's just shows how much impact Paulson had. Yeah, those Ice Blasts, when they did land, just deleted 2 or 3 heroes at a time, because it always seemed like Boom, we're being in the team fights, we're being caught so compact and together that Paulson was just like, cool, Ice Blast from him, even just point blank Ice Blast, he caught out 2 or 3 heroes and just deleted them.
And I mean, I like what Yopaj could do. What Yopaj did, sorry. He did a really good job with those arenas. He got 2 double spears that won them fight. Like, he did all he could to get them back into the game, but it was not enough. The team was too countered, the lanes were too passive, and they were just way too behind on Boom Esports. So SMG, they end the series 1-1, and they are going to be playing against TNC next.
Yeah, but before that, we are going to be taking a 15-minute break to get into the next series, guys. So come back in about 15 minutes from now, and we'll be getting ourselves, so what's that, about 20 past the hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the time the delay, so about 25 past the hour, after the stream delay kicks in, and we'll be getting ourselves into Team SMG versus TNC Predator, and we'll see you right after this break.